My daughter has an identical twin, at least that's what we told her. I just found out what really lives in the bedroom next to hers. Sophie is 8. Since she was 4, we've told her that her twin sister Lily lives in the room next door. Lily is shy. Lily doesn't like to come out when other people are around. Lily only talks to mommy. I travel for work. 3 weeks home, 3 weeks on an oil rig in the Gulf. When I'm gone, my wife sends photos. Sophie playing in the yard, Sophie doing homework. Sometimes the bedroom door next to Sophie's is open in the background. Pink walls, a bed with stuffed animals, a room that looks lived in. I never questioned it because I trusted my wife completely. Last week I came home 2 days early, wanted to surprise them. I walked in the front door and heard crying from upstairs. Not Sophie's voice, someone else. A child I didn't recognize. I climbed the stairs and stopped outside Lily's room. The door was cracked. Through the gap, I saw my wife sitting on the bed holding a little girl. Blonde hair like Sophie. Same age, but thinner, fragile looking, flinching at sounds. "It's okay," my wife whispered. "You're safe here. Nobody will hurt you anymore." I pushed the door open. My wife's face went white. The little girl screamed and hid under the covers. "Who is that?" My wife led me out of the room and closed the door gently. Then she told me everything. Her name is Emma. She's Sophie's biological sister. I didn't understand. Sophie was our only child. We adopted her at birth. The birth mother had twins. She kept one and gave us the other. We didn't know until 2 years ago when Child Services contacted us. Emma had been living in hell. The birth mother's boyfriend was abusing her. When they finally removed her, she was malnourished, covered in bruises, hadn't been to school in 2 years. My wife was crying. They asked if we take her. She's Sophie's twin, her real twin. How could I say no? Why didn't you tell me? Because Emma wasn't ready. She couldn't handle meeting new people. Every man terrified her. Every loud noise sent her into panic attacks. The therapist said we needed to go slow. Let her adjust to me first, then introduce Sophie gradually, then eventually you. She wiped her eyes. I told Sophie she had a twin sister who was very shy. It wasn't a lie. Emma is her twin. She's just broken in ways Sophie can't understand yet. I thought about the past 2 years. My wife's exhaustion when I came home. The extra groceries I never questioned. The sounds I sometimes heard at night and dismissed as Sophie having nightmares. She's been here for 2 years and I never knew. When you're home, she hides. I explained that a nice man would be visiting sometimes. She watches you from the crack in her door. She's been studying you for 2 years, trying to decide if you're safe. I sat down on the hallway floor. My wife sat beside me. The therapist says she's almost ready. She asked about you last month, called you the man with the loud laugh. She said it didn't sound like an angry laugh. She's been listening to me every time you're home. She presses her ear to the wall when you read Sophie bedtime stories. She's memorizing your voice, learning that men can be soft. I looked at the closed door. Behind it was a child who'd spent years being destroyed by someone who should have protected her. A child who shared my daughter's DNA. A child my wife had been secretly healing while I worked thousands of miles away. Can I meet her? Not yet, but soon. The therapist thinks another month. She needs to see you interact with Sophie first. Needs to see you being gentle, being patient, being everything he wasn't. That month was the hardest of my life. I'd come home and know Emma was watching. I'd read Sophie's stories louder so Emma could hear through the walls. I'd laugh at Sophie's jokes and hope Emma was learning that laughter could be safe. On the 32nd day, my wife knocked on my office door. She's ready. I walked upstairs. The door to Emma's room was open. She was sitting on her bed, clutching a stuffed rabbit, shaking slightly. But she wasn't hiding. Sophie was beside her, holding her hand. My wife had finally told Sophie the truth, that her twin wasn't imaginary, that she'd been next door all along, healing. "Hi, Emma," I said softly. "I'm Sophie's dad. I'd like to be yours too if you'll let me." She studied me for a long moment, then she looked at Sophie. "He does have a nice laugh," she whispered. Sophie grinned. "Told you. That was 6 months ago." Emma still flinches sometimes, still freezes when I move too fast. But last week she let me read her a bedtime story. Last night she called me dad for the first time. My daughter has an identical twin. We didn't lie to her. We just didn't tell her the whole truth until everyone was ready to hear it. Some secrets aren't betrayals. They're just love waiting for the right moment to come out of hiding.